Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Tuesday, November 28th. It's Giving Tuesday, and I love this day. See, I may not like all the other holidays like Black Friday and Cyber Monday, but a day that you are focused on giving some money away, I can get behind that. So if you get a chance, donate some money. If you like to do it at a different time, that's fine too. But if you do have a question about charity or maybe charitable trusts or donor-advised funds, which I love, give us a shout. Go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button, let us know if you want to come on the air. While you're there, sign up for the free weekly newsletter, check out all that content that lives there, and maybe even buy my book, The Great Money Reset. Right now, let's talk to Greg, who's on the line from Minnesota.
Well, thank you, Jill. I am 60 years old, semi-retired. My wife is 10 years younger. Her plan is to work for about another 3 years. In total, we have about $2.6 million saved in various pension funds, brokerage accounts, IRAs, SEP IRA, a deferred comp that I had from working for the Minnesota legislature for a number of years. And we're aggressive investors, and we have some pretty expensive plans to travel in our retirement years.
You said that you are semi-retired. How much are you making right now?
Probably about $20,000 a year.
Okay. And how much does your wife earn?
She makes about $160,000.
You said you've got $2.6 million saved. How much of that is pre-tax money?
1.6 of it.
Wow. Okay. That's a big chunk. So she's going to work for 3 more years. Are you going to keep working, take in, 20 something thousand a year, or are you going to call it quits in 3 years also?
I'll probably do a part-time gig of some sort.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tell me some more. Kids, no kids? What do you got?
Kids in college. We have 529 plans that are pretty well funded for them. So I don't feel like, unless they go to expensive graduate schools, I think we're pretty well covered there.
Okay. I feel like kids are on their own if they do that. That's not on you, unless you have tons and tons and tons of money. But really, they got to do that themselves. So I'm taking you off the hook on that. Okay. How about house?
Fully paid for, probably value is about $375,000.
Okay. And in the plans of we have aggressive travel plans, what are we talking about? How much money are you going to spend? I need to know kind of the what's our target here?
Sure. Well, our plan is to maybe spend a month at a time each year in retirement living someplace. It might be Paris for a month. It might be Costa Rica. It might be Thailand. It might be Australia. So, I would assume that those types of trips are going to run, upwards of $50,000, maybe more.
And what about your other general needs? If I forget about the travel, what do you think you need to live on?
Well, on a monthly basis, I would say probably $5,000 to $7,000.
$5,000 to $7,000, but you don't have a house. I mean, a payment. That seems like a lot, no?
Well, we do have a vacation home in Florida and a cabin in northern Minnesota.
Oh, you left that out. Okay. The vacation home in Florida and the cabin, how much are they worth?
Vacation home in Florida is probably about $250,000. The cabin is probably $400,000.
Okay, $250,000 and $400,000, and no mortgage on those either?
Correct.
Wow, you got a lot of house there. Is the game plan that you keep those as is, or in retirement, is something going to get sold to help fund this $50,000 a year little habit that you're going to have?
Yeah, that's a great question. Our plan tentatively is to sell the house that we're currently living in. That's got the value of about $375,000. So that would take place when my wife retires. Okay.
So when you said I've got $2.6 million saved, right? And 1.6 is pre-tax. What about just money in non-retirement assets?
We have a pretty healthy savings, emergency savings of about $65,000. Other brokerage accounts, checking account, that type of thing.
Okay. So 65 in liquid assets. And I just want to make sure I understand this. So all the other money, this $2.6 million, 1.6 being the pre-tax part of this. And in 3 years, when she's 53, will either of you be entitled to a pension?
No, she will be able to get a pension a few years after that, but it'll be very nominal. She has not been in her current position that long, so it might be $500 to $700 a month.
I mean, so the idea maybe in the way I'm thinking about it is the house that you sell in Minnesota, whatever you sell it for, that gives you, let's say, 8 years of your fund money, right? 50 grand a year, right? So I'm going to pretend the house you sell it for 400 and, it's great. And you got 8 years to travel. So I don't have to worry about that. But I feel like you don't have that much money saved for this next period of time, because your wife's really young and you're really young. And so if I consider that, like, from your age 63 and her age 53, even if like the money that you have right now grows to 3 million, okay, that's not a ton of money for your income needs. So what's your Social Security game plan right now?
Goal is for me to take it at whenever I can maximize it.
And what will that be? What will that amount be at your age 70?
It'd probably be about $3,500 a month.
I got to tell you something. I don't think you have enough money to do. I think all is well good. You might have to sell one of these other homes to do what you want to do. I think you're going to have a problem until you get to age 70. It seems to me that there's going to be a lot of heavy duty spending until age 70, essentially. That's like your big time where you want to spend money. And it looks to me, just from the numbers, that you're not going to necessarily be able to do this. So, okay, here's what I do. When I really totally back of the envelope, if I looked at $3 million, and it's not even $3 million because we still have to pay tax on that pre-tax, but let's just pretend you have $3 million, right? And if I say, what will that generate? On a round number, generate about 100 grand a year, okay? That's fine, but that's like not even accounting for weird stuff happening. So it just kind of gets you there. And if your income need is 70, 80 grand and you're going to be traveling and spending the money from the house, I feel like it's really skinny. I don't know. I almost feel like you could be cutting it close. So how do you make sure that you don't cut it so close? Couple of things. One is that you could sell another property. The other is that you can do your travel goal, but don't do it at 50 grand a year. Maybe do it at 40 grand a year. Or you can say, we're just going to have to spend less money when we're home. Like our indulgence is going to be this travel thing, but instead of the 6, you said 5 to 7. So instead of 6 or 7, it's really going to be 5 when we're home. That, I think, will help you get there. But it's narrow, again, because you guys are young. You're really young, which means we've got so many decades in the future of financing your lives. How does that feel when I tell you this? Is that a bummer?
Well, no, maybe just a little bit of an eye opener. And I think that your suggestion about cutting back on the monthly expenses, I think is good. And I think that's very doable.
Okay, great. If you would like to join us, all you need to do is go to the website, which you've got bookmarked by now. I know you do. JillOnMoney.com. The Contact Us button, it follows you wherever you go on the website. So it doesn't matter whether you're deep into the resources section or you're over in the blog section, the Contact Us button, always there. Just click it, write us your note, and if you want to come on the air live, check that box. Mark does everything else. That's it. That is the program. So don't forget to do something nice for someone else today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.